Good morning, guys. So I'm working on this little sketch this morning with these two pens. These are very generic, basic ballpoint pens made by Bic. Excuse me. I was thinking of Dick Blick, the art store. So one of the things I really like about ballpoint pens, you can get. I mean, you got your normal line, right? You're putting your normal pressure, like you're writing numbers or whatever. But you can also, like when you're drawing, you can go so light. It's like you just barely touch the page and you can get these very delicate lines. And then you can decide which ones are darker than the other ones, and it creates like a three-dimensional feel based on that the drawing technique of making the lines that are closest to you darker or more bold than the ones in the distance. So without further ado, let's go ahead and get started on this tiny little study. Okay, so starting off with, let's do the head shape, simple circle, and then nice oval for the chest cavity, and then let's follow the sweep of the shoulders, and then come down the spine, kind of flow all the way through to the leg. And now we can come over here and find the angle of the hips, something like that. And this side, you can kind of see kind of a three-dimensional box shape of the hips. Where you can kind of see how it's tilted, and you can see the bottom of the box. And we can see more of the side over here than here. So you can see that three-dimensional box shape of the hips. Okay, now I'm going to come up here to the neck, and then just looking at the shoulders and the arm on this side. Comes down like so, and then you get a bit of the bump for the scapula, and probably part of the teres major, a little bit of the deltoid, and part of the forearm. So it's all these weird bumps, and then the chest cavity kind of extends out a little bit, and then comes in and turns into that hip. I'm trying to think about the overlapping forms as well. And then let's go back over to this other shoulder. So this is, right here is the 7th cervical vertebrae. And then a little bit of the deltoid. Let's go ahead and just lightly sketch in the basic shape of that arm. Let's see, probably need to shorten this arm up a little bit. Let's see, how is this wrapping around the muscles into that crease of that forearm meeting up with the biceps. And then our deltoid, bicep here, other side of the deltoid, to get into the shoulder blade, which is over here, the scapula. And then the spine of the scapula. Can't really see much of it. Then we get some fat folds on the body. So let's go ahead and let's put in that far in the far side breast shape here. I think I made that a little too low. And the thing about drawing with ink pens, you can't erase, so if you make a mistake, you got to figure out how to make it work as best as you can, which is kind of fun, because you force yourself into a position where you have to solve a problem instead of just erasing. So we got this little fold of fat right here, over exaggerated, but that's okay. Then we got our hip bone, the same as over here. It's on that line. And I'm trying very hard not to press the pen into the paper, so I want to keep it light as possible. So when I make mistakes, I can adjust as much as I can. So let's come out here. The hip is thrusted this way. And then the leg. Actually, let's go back up into the spine. I can put like a hard straight right here for the base of the spine. Then we have the Michaelis rhomboid, or the dimples of Venus right here. And then the crack of the butt, which I don't know the scientific name for. I should probably look that up. Hopefully it's a really long, complicated name, so I can sound smart. Let's see. I'm going to put a little crease right here. Then we have the adductors right here. Then we come down to the base of the knee. I'm just going to, I think I'll just vignette it like this. And then this far side leg, I'll just tuck it in. So we have the hip bone over here. And then it kind of wraps around. So there's a lot of overlapping form right here, which is really cool looking. Just trying to exaggerate that. And let's go back up here. So I feel like I really kind of messed this up quite a bit. Made it too narrow in the waist. So you see this line, I really botched it, but that's the name of the game right there. Just keep going. And it looks like I moved the arm over too much, but that's okay. There's a lot of mistakes. Can't get away from it. When you're doing like an ink study, ballpoint pen, it's actually kind of fun, but it's a little frustrating, but just take your time. And of course, I'm talking to myself right now. Let's see, let's go to that far side of the neck. Kind of showcase the muscles right here a little bit in the neck. The spinalis, was it? Spine, shit, I can't say it. Spine, semi-spinatus capitis, I don't know, whatever, it doesn't matter. Whatever it's called. There's like a group of muscles right here in the neck. And I'm just gonna kind of make her hair kind of like an A-frame shape. Come back down here. So right now it's very light in the line, and I can come in, actually make this hip a little bit larger. Let's make these lines better. I got the back muscles right here. I can just put those indications in. So this side is all stretched. This side is squished and crimped, causing that fold. Overlapping here at the forms. Kind of trying to show that three-dimensionality. And I'm just going over the initial drawing and trying to think about what lines are on top of the other lines and make them darker. So like the breast is really light because it's far away from the rest of the body. Like this hip right here is going to be really dark. So now I can come in with my other pen, the darker blue. And just really hit those lines that I wanted. A lot cleaner. So these are really good exercises to do. I'm looking at my phone as a reference, and you can do this anywhere, a coffee shop, school, work, whatever, when you're waiting in line somewhere. So it's just a really good practice. Gets you in the habit of looking at the object and then trying to analyze it and try to make something that looks good, which is really, really hard. So if you get a drawing that looks beautiful, I mean, you really did something amazing, something that's really hard to do, and you should pat yourself on the back for that, because it's really hard. And this is so much fun. I don't know, just going over the form over and over again. It's just like you get into a zone. It's kind of like a meditation almost. Put some music on. Just get lost. So that's it. That's just a basic little form. I'll put the reference up, probably in the video on the side over here. Right now it's just on my phone, but yeah, give it a try. These are really fun little exercises, and you can put them in like little notebooks. Like here's my study book. It's just a little, very simple notebook. You can see how big it is. It's like the size of the pen. So I got like anatomy notes, just little studies, more studies. I'm just trying to learn like all the anatomy and stuff. So like here's a page of the arm anatomy and the back. So it's so complicated right here, but just take it step by step. just start off with the bone structure and what muscles are attached, and then build up around it. So let me know if you like these little tiny sketches, and I'll make more videos like this one in conjunction with the other ones, the original large drawings. And I just wanted to show you like how you can make like little study books, or little doodles that can really help you with anatomy, and just draw anywhere you can, and anytime you can get some time squeezed in, it's worth it. So let me know, and I'll see you guys on the next one. Bye.